discuss today's current affairs. Nava Kalebar Festival. Nava Kalebar Festival is very famous in Jagannath temples, particularly in Puri, Orissa. This year, commemorative coins were released of rupees 10 rupees and 1000 rupees. The Nava Kalebara is an ancient ritual associated with most of the Jagannatha temples. When the idols of Lord Jagannath, Balabhadra, Subhadra and Sudarshan are replaced by new set of idols. When the idols of Balabhadra, Subhadra, Lord Jagannath, Sudarshana are replaced by new set of idols, Nava Kalebara festival will be celebrated. Indian Science Congress, as we all know, is being held at Manipur. Indian Science Congress, 105th Indian Science Congress. This year's theme is Reaching the Unreached through Science and Technology. This year's 105th Science Congress theme is Reaching the Unreached through Science and Technology. 7th Women's Science Congress was also held at 105th Science Congress. 7th Women's Science Congress was also held along with 105th Indian Science Congress in Manipur. Now that the Hindu New Year, Ugadi, is being celebrated. Hindu New Year is being welcomed in different parts of the country with traditional festivities and celebrations. The Chaitra Sukladi, Ugadi, Gudi Padava, Nowroz, Cheti Chand, etc. are similar festivals with various names. In Andhra Pradesh and Telangana it is called Ugadi. In Karnataka it is called Yugadi or Ugadi, Y-U-G-A-D-A. In Maharashtra it is called Gudi Padava. In Sindhis it is called Cheti Chand, C-H-E-T-I, Cheti, C-H-A-N-D. In Manipuri language in Manipur it is called Saijibu Chairoba, Saijibu, S-A-J-I-B-U, C-H-E-I-R-A-O-B-A, Saijibu Chairoba. Hindus of Bali in Indonesia also celebrate the same festival. So this is the Hindu New Year festival celebrated in various parts of the country and also outside the country. Jackfruit to be the Kerala state fruit. Jackfruit to be the Kerala's state fruit. Jackfruit is said to be declared as officially Kerala state fruit. The core object of the government was to give support to the production and sale of jackfruit and its value-added products. As you all know, jackfruit chips are very famous in Kerala. Elephant is a state animal in Kerala. Great hornbill is a state bird in Kerala. Kanikonna, K-A-N-I-K-K-O-N-N-A, is official flower in Kerala. And Karimeen is the official fish in Kerala. Gulf Shield 1 is a military exercise of 23 countries held in Saudi Arabia. Gulf, the name Gulf Shield 1 is a military exercise of 23 countries held in Saudi Arabia. Gulf Cooperation Council countries mainly participated in it. It was organized by Ministry of Defence, Saudi Arabia. Varuna 2018. Indian Navy and French Navy are going for a bilateral exercise called Varuna. Indian Navy and French Navy are going for a bilateral exercise called Varuna. Varuna, joint naval exercise. Bilateral naval exercise. Coming Hindu paper article, the editorial is Dangerous Spiral. India-Pakistan diplomats spat. Both are alleging that each other's diplomats are being harassed in the host countries. Indian diplomats are being harassed in Pakistan and Pakistani diplomats are being harassed in India. And now the thing is, harassment, not allowing electricians, repairmen, milk packets, newspapers, untimely phone calls, untimely door knockings, each and every sort of harassment is under complaint. Here comes Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relations 1961, Vienna Convention on Consular Relations 1963. According to Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relations, diplomats in the guest country, diplomats in the host country will be treated as guests. Diplomats in the host country will be treated as guests, and they will be given certain diplomatic immunities and privileges according to Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relations 1961 and Vienna Convention on Consular Relations. But India-Pakistan, as you all know, we have so much of entanglement. Even our diplomats on either side have a lot of complaints. Unless we resolve this, we cannot have an effective dialogue on various issues between India and Pakistan. Next article is a stoppable juggernaut. This article is related to UP elections. In the UP by-elections, we have seen how BJP have been defeated with an alliance. BJP is not an insurmountable political party. This was the content in the article. And if we have a proper plan, we can defeat any political party. And the best example here is the by-elections in Uttar Pradesh. This is the gist of the article. Next article is about in a plastic world. In a plastics world. Recently it was found that in mineral water and water we drink, we consume a lot of plastics. Particularly, plastics will come through various industrial products, cosmetics, and also some materials, all these things. And a new term called microplastics. Microplastics means the plastic material as low as 5 millimeters, 5 mm. It's called microplastic. The consumption of these microplastics might affect the human health. 2 days back there is an article. In Australia, a whale died and the entire body of the whale contains plastics and microplastics. Now many countries are taking action against plastic ban. And every year 300 million tons of plastic is used. 300 million tons of plastic is used in the world. Now we have to reduce the plastic utility. The plastics and microplastics majorly contaminate marine environment and marine living beings. For previous question paper, microplastics is very important topic. Microplastic. Next article is about the AP government and special category status. Why AP government is stressing, emphasizing on special category status. In 2019, we are going to have next general elections. It's a time for AP government now to set the cards for next elections. And people are aspiring for a wealthy Andhra Pradesh. For capital construction and for development of Andhra Pradesh, we need a lot of funding. If you have funding through special category status, out of total central funding, 30% of central funding goes to special category status states. And with respect to central assistance to schemes, in normal cases, central will give 60% and state has to cater 40%. Whereas in special category states, central assistance for the schemes will be 90%. All these things might give a lot of benefit to Andhra Pradesh. Even the center have promised equal compensation or equal package on par with special category status in the name of special measure of support. But Andhra Pradesh emphasizing on special category status only. This was the issue that is going on in the Indian Parliament, in Indian politics. Next article is about Russian double agent and the killing of double agent in Russia, in UK. The killing of Skripal's Russian agent and his daughter. Theresa May is considering that they were killed by Russians, but there is no concrete evidence openly which was declared. And they were killed by nerve agent. Nerve agent is an organic chemical which acts on our nervous system and communication of nervous system. These are the important articles in yesterday's newspaper. Coming to today's Hindu newspaper, the editorial is about Rahul Gandhi and how he should plan for 2019 elections. Rahul Gandhi and his plan for 2019 elections. And after seeing the results of Nagaland, Meghalaya and the present results in Tripura and also Uttar Pradesh, Congress have a lot many lessons to learn. And Rahul Gandhi, the President of Indian National Congress, has to take a strong stand now towards effective elections in 2019. The next is about the Neutrino Observatory in Theni district, Tamil Nadu. The Neutrino Observatory in Theni district, Tamil Nadu. Last year, NGT, National Green Tribunal, issued a ban on Neutrino Observatory. Now, expert appraisal committee have overruled the ban. It have given a conditional order, 17 conditions to be met. Tamil Nadu Pollution Control Board and also National Board for Wildlife, they should give permission for this. Tamil Nadu Pollution Control Board and National Board for Wildlife. The problem for Neutrino project is, it is near to Mathiketan, Mathiketan, Mathiketan Shola National Park. So, Neutrino project should not affect any flora and fauna or cause any environmental damage. You all know, neutrinos are abundant particles which cannot be seen by naked eye. They are the second most abundant particles after photons. Neutrinos carry a lot of flavors. With that we can actually understand the presence of minerals, the secrets of universe and the forthcoming effects of disasters, etc. So Neutrino Observatory is always good for India, but with proper environmental clearances. A next article is related to Indian Army and preparedness for the war. Indian Army and preparedness for the war. Now, in military spending, India is the fifth largest. Article is to be fighting fit. To be fighting fit. This article is related to Indian Army preparedness for war. India spends more than 3 lakh crores for defense budget. India is the largest arms importer in the world, and 68% of India's armory are in vintage category. Vintage category means they are old, they are archaic, and for their refurbishment, overhauling, we need lot of money. Overhauling means maintenance. 68% of India's arms needs lot of money for maintenance. And India is not prepared for two-front war. Though our defense spending, based on our defense spending, ours is in the 5th position in the world, surpassing UK. Still, India has to do a big job here. And if there is a two-front war, for example, war from the hills, mountain side and war from the plain side, or war from one side and from the other side, two wars, then India is ill prepared for such war. Border wars are very difficult and should be played in a very strategic way. For that reason, we need our military preparedness should be very fine. And you all know BSF, Border Security Force, Pakistan and Bangladesh, we have BSF, Border Security Force, ITBP, India-China border, Shasastra Seema Bal, India, Nepal, India, Bhutan, Assam Rifles, India, Myanmar. But the equipment levels, their prepared levels should be increased, and India should be ready to face any threat in the borders, even two-front war. This was the gist of the article. Next article is related to National Medical Commission Bill 2017. India has already 10 lakh doctors, and as per the WHO doctor-patient ratio, we need to have 3 lakh doctors more. Last year we have prepared a National Medical Commission's bill, but again we need to do a lot of exercise beyond this. In India, primary health system, secondary health system, really they are working good. We need to make them more effective. 20% of the doctors are catering 80% of the rural population. That is a major drawback. 80% of the health workers do not have proper qualification who are working in the rural areas. Most of the doctors confined to the urban areas. And coming to India's strength in medicine, though we have good number of qualified MBBS doctors, we need to improve our quality, the syllabus, the curriculum, and also regulation on medical colleges and corruption in granting research centers. All these things should be addressed carefully. In China, there is a model called barefoot doctors. In China, there is a model called barefoot doctors. Farmers, barefoot doctors are nothing but farmers. They were given some training on basic primary health care, basic medical treatment. In India, Ayush doctors, we have recently created, we had an idea in the budget, wellness centers. So these Ayush doctors can be used as barefoot doctors also. And some other paramedical doctors can also be trained on this. It's a very good imagination for a country like India, where most of the qualified doctors do not go to the hinterlands of India and serve. Next article is about World Trade Organization and India. America is disputing against India. America is claiming that India is violating the rules of subsidies and countervailing measures agreement. There is an agreement on subsidies and countervailing measures with respect to export subsidies. With respect to export subsidies, America's contention is India is giving lot of subsidies to the exporters so that they can compete properly in the international market. That is, America's contention is India is showing protectionism in their exports. This is a contention from last 3-4 days in all the international newspapers. It is a big news that America is complaining to WTO that India is showing protectionism and giving subsidies to its exporters. Next important article is about Shimla Agreement. In 1972, Shimla Agreement was drawn between Indira Gandhi and Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. But in the Shimla Agreement, there are many fallibilities, and the article says India was quite liberal in Shimla Agreement, where India agreed line of control as a borderline where ceasefire should exist. But actually, India should have had a better bargain. This was a gist of the current affairs today. Thank you very much.